Pontus. In the beginning there was chaos, the void, formless. From the void emerged the primordial protogenous beings. Eros, the god of love and desire, the abyss, who ruled over the boundless. Erebus, god of deep darkness and shadows, and Gaia, goddess of the earth. Gaia gave birth to the fundamental aspects of the cosmos. Uranus, the personification of the sky, Imera, the personification of day, and Pontus, the god of the sea, all born to Gaia without a father. In this video, we will look at Pontus and what he represents. Pontus is the god of the sea and as such represents the fundamental force that sustains life and influences the natural world, water. Water is vital to our health, but many believe water has healing energy and memory. It is believed to be a blueprint for our reality, where our emotional energies and vibrations change the physical structure. As a primordial god, Pontus predates the Titans and the Olympians. His dominion is the Black Sea. According to the Greeks, the Black Sea was once called the inhospitable sea, Axanos Pontus, believed to be because of the difficulty navigating its waters and because of the savage tribes that historically surrounded it. But when the Greeks arrived in the 8th century BC, the name changed to Euxinus Pontus, the hospitable sea, as the Greek presence introduced civilization around the area. The Black Sea is special because there is no vertical mixing between its two layers, and the seawater is greatly deficient in oxygen, which makes it ideal for preserving organic materials. Ships thousands of years old have been found intact in its depths. But does the Black Sea hold more mysteries? Let's look more closely at the mythology. The creation story describes creation before it took form. It describes a nebulous, unstructured, amorphous state. From this state emerged Gaia, our physical reality, and from Gaia was born Pontus, raw, deep emotions. Deep emotions where all our darkness and secrets take refuge, the monsters as we believe them, but in actual fact feelings that have not taken proper form and aligned with our external reality. These emotions are inhospitable, just like the rough seas, unpredictable and destructive. But when these emotions are controlled by a conscious mind, as represented by the Hellenes, they become Euxinus, hospitable, and so begins the journey of life. The name Hellenes means light. The light is the manifestation of the one essence, which some call spirit, the onus. Light symbolizes consciousness. When consciousness is expressed externally, it appears as light. The Hellenes contributed the form and order to the life force. Pontus had a number of children. These children included Nereus, the old man of the sea, who was honest, trustworthy, and gentle, Cato and Phorcus, who were the parents of all the sea monsters, and Thaumas, an old sea god who personified the wonders of the sea, and who was the father of Iris, who was the messenger of the gods and the bridge between Hades and this world. Pontus is the primordial waters, where raw emotions reside. Gentle and trustworthy Nereus, though, represents our pure, untinged emotions. The sea monsters represent the dark shadows of ourselves, and Thaumas, the miracles possible when we access our creativity and our divine nature and transcend the confines of this 3D reality. If Pontus is the father of all the emotions, and if emotions shape our reality, could Pontus be a link to the Matrix? And could the Black Sea be a portal for accessing the Matrix and other realities? Emotions have often been associated with the feminine, but Pontus is a masculine god. Could emotions have both masculine and feminine aspects in our personality, each one responsible for different aspects of manifestation? In astrology and most spiritual traditions, the moon represents emotions and the feminine. In ancient Greece, the moon was called Selene, but she was also known as Mene. The masculine form of the Mene was Men, which was also the name of the moon god, Men. Selene and Men are the female and male aspects of the same god. In the kingdom of Pontus, there was a temple dedicated to the moon god Menfarnaku. The cult of Menfarnaku in Pontus has been traced to the appearance of the star and the crescent moon motif on Pontic coins at the time. The region was also known for its powerful feminine energies. According to mythology, the Amazons lived in Pontus. These warrior women of ancient Greece lived on the southern coast of the Black Sea between approximately 1900 and 1200 BCE. Themyscira was the capital of the Amazons. Hercules journeyed to Themyscira, near modern Terme, to complete his 9th labor, to retrieve the golden belt of the Amazonian queen Hippolyta. The Black Sea area hosts both the masculine and feminine aspects of the emotions. When did the Greeks appear in the region? Mainstream historians believe the Greeks inhabited the region in the 8th century BC, but Greek legends describe the Greeks arriving in the Black Sea in the time of Jason and the Argonauts, around 3000 BC. Jason and his band of 50 Argonauts travelled to Colchis in the Black Sea in search of the Golden Fleece. Medea, the daughter of King of Colchis, helps Jason escape with her magic. Jason completes his mission and Medea flees to Corinth and marries Jason. This story is significant as embedded in this tale there are hidden meanings and symbols. Before we look at these, let's begin with the name Pontus. Pontus begins with the letter Pi. In Pi lies the truth of all creation. Within this one ratio exists all the data necessary to manifest reality itself, a massive database created by one equation. It's a symbolism of unity and wholeness, representing the infinite and the divine. It's connected to the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio, reflecting the harmony and beauty of creation. It has an association with the mysteries of the universe, and it is essential to understanding the geometry of space and time. So once again, it suggests that Pontus is a kind of portal to the divine. The region was rich in gold. King Midas, whose touch turned things into gold, was from Pontus. Gold is often associated with the divine and believed to represent the perfection of all matter on any level, including that of the mind, spirit, and soul. Gold has been used in balancing of the heart chakra and for the amplification of thought form. It is almost universally associated with the sun or the highest stage in spiritual development. Could the Black Sea be the heart chakra of the world? An energy center with the ability to manifest instantaneously, align with vital energy of the divine, and tap into other dimensions? Let's look at the mythology once again for any clues. Jason and the Argonauts came from Hellas, Greece, a world celebrated for capturing the excellence of the mind through art, science, literature, and philosophy. But focusing only on the mind can become arrogant. believing that its creations are real, slowly distancing itself from the heart. Jason's expedition to the Black Sea reconnects him with the heart and aligns his energy to the divine, manifesting magic to attain the golden fleece. This manifestation is personified in Medea, a sorceress and niece of Kirke, a priestess of Hecate who helps Jason in his quest for the golden fleece. Is it a coincidence that the English word for Medea is the same as Medea, the sorceress? In ancient Greece, Hecate was the goddess of magician witchcraft. She was the only child of the titan Perseus and Asteria and the granddaughter of Pontus. She was often depicted as holding two torches, the fire of life. She was associated with crossroads, entranceways, knowledge of herbs, necromancy and sorcery, a symbol of transcending the 3D polarity and moving into other realities, manipulating energy and moving into other worlds, portals. Pontus. Could Pontus be inviting us to reconnect with our heart and create instant magic, manifestation, and transform this reality? Kirke, Medea's aunt, was a goddess of sorcery. Sorcery in ancient Greek was called pharmakia, pharmacy, where the word pharmacy comes from. She was skilled in the magic of transmutation, illusion, and necromancy. She lived on the island of Ea, near the Colchis, and was the sister of Aeetes, the king of Colchis, Medea's father, and the keeper of the golden fleece. The word Circe is very close to the English word circle. To the ancient Greeks, the circle was a symbol of the divine symmetry and balance in nature. The orb was associated with Aeon, or Aeon, a Hellenistic deity associated with time. The Ionians were the ancient Greek race who were the first Greek race to migrate to the shores of the Black Sea, searching for gold and precious metals. So not only did the advent of the Greeks bring light, mind, consciousness, but time. The geometry of light is tetrahedral in nature. The photon, or light, is the fundamental building block of everything in physical reality. In the Platonic solids, the tetrahedron is related to fire. Heraclitus taught that the foundational element of the universe is the principle of fire. Fire was the source of all other elements in the cosmos. Fire had always existed, and it would always exist, uncreated and eternal. The human soul, he said, was a mixture of fire and water, and of these component parts, fire was the spiritual and nobler part, and moisture the pleasurable and therefore corrupted part of humanity. Unlike water or air or any solid, which can be still and hold a rigid shape, fire, by its very nature, always moves and cannot be contained to one singular shape. With the coming of time, the soul is thrust into the karmic wheel and 3D reality. Could this area that describes the descent of the soul be also the same place when one can transcend time, a portal to the multiverse and other realities? Mythology has given us clues into what we might encounter when delving into the Black Sea. That is the emotional body, the heart chakra, manifestation, time, karma, soul. But is there more? Why were there 50 Argonauts? The number 50 is considered as the holiest and the most natural of numbers because it equals to the sum of the squares. Of the squares numbers 9 plus 16 plus 25, constructed on the sacred triangle of Pythagoras, 3, 4 and 5, and also to the product of 5 times 10 of the pentad and the decade, numbers generating life and the world, harmony, the microcosm and the macrocosm. In Kabbalah, there are 50 gates of wisdom or understanding and 50 gates of impurity. The moon is 50 times smaller than the earth. There is obviously something special about the Black Sea region, a multi-dimensional portal accessing the microcosms and macrocosms of the multiverse. Let's not forget that the struggle of Prometheus is located in the Caucasus Mountains of Pontus. Prometheus stole fire from the gods and gave it to the humans, and in this way not only kickstarts human evolution from darkness into the light, but thrusts humanity into the karmic wheel, spinning, trapped in time and space, until one reaches complete enlightenment and exits the wheel. Prometheus was a son of Clymene, otherwise known as Asia. So Prometheus was the son of Asia, one of the Oceanids and the Titan Iapetus, from the line of Uranus and Gaia. Prometheus is also credited with the creation of humanity from clay. Prometheus is known for his intelligence and for being a champion of humankind. He is the father of Deucalion, the hero of the flood story, the Greek equivalent of Noah and the father of the Hellenic race. It's interesting that in Christianity, Mount Ararat and the Caucasian Mountains are traditionally the resting place of Noah's Ark after the flood. As punishment for stealing fire from the gods, Prometheus was bound to a rock, and an eagle, the emblem of Zeus, was sent to eat his liver. In ancient Greece, the liver was thought to be the seat of human emotions and the center of the soul. His liver would then grow overnight, only to be eaten again in an ongoing karmic cycle. According to most versions of the myths, Prometheus was eventually freed by Hercules. Again, there is the reference to the soul, emotions, and then a descent into the karmic wheel. Human emotions can aid the soul to manifest, but when expressed negatively, can entrap the soul into the wheel of karma. Is Pontus a gateway to the eternal soul? Could the Pontus region actually be the progenitor of the human race and not Mesopotamia as we are led to believe? Could Mesopotamia, translated as the Middle River, be a later fractal of creation, as its name suggests? Pontus was much older than the river gods. The river gods are a later, more diffused expression of the living waters. Astraeus was the grandson of Pontus. The word astral means of the stars. The astral realm is the bridge between the physical and the etheric, where all is visible and known. The more one lets go of earthly desire feelings, the less tied down to the physical world, a world of illusion. Is this further proof that Pontus is a portal to the astral world? And could Australia be its modern counterpart or fractal? Is it a coincidence that the geometry of the Black Sea has a resemblance to Australia? Both regions host ancient civilizations, and in both regions, indigenous populations face genocide. Australia's recent history puts a major focus on the Anzac Battle, where Australian and New Zealand troops fought a major campaign during World War. This battle was fought on the shores of Gallipoli to take control of the Dardanelles Straits. The Dardanelles' ancient name was Hellespont. Hellespont was where Heli fell off the golden winged ram, the same golden ram that Jason and the Argonauts came to claim. Could Pontus be the 0 point of fractals for physical manifestation? Could Pontus be a bridge between physical and invisible reality? If it is indeed the heart chakra of the world, it should serve as the center of love, compassion, empathy, forgiveness, and joy. If it is blocked, the world will experience feelings of loneliness, isolation, disconnection, and find it difficult to manifest. The region has experienced many wars and genocides. Until this day, there is conflict and unrest, a sign that this energy center is blocked. Historically, the kingdom of Pontus was culturally Greek, with Greek being its official language, and the kings proudly proclaiming a bloodline through Alexander himself, Alexander the Great. Today, although the Greek element has been expelled, driven out, that is consciousness, the subconsciousness, the vibration of the land, still exists, and it can be accessed by those willing and brave enough to delve into the unknown. The Pontus region holds many mysteries, lost, buried, and hidden. To access these, one must go through the heart, transform and balance the emotions in order to manifest miracles and expand consciousness. The ancients gave us clues through their mythology on where these gateways and energy centers existed. In order to access them, we have to access our intuition, open our awareness, and align our mind with our heart, just like Jason did all those thousands of years ago.